Prime Minister Narendra Modi releases commemorative coin of 75 rupees denomination to mark the 75th anniversary of the FAO. Says even during Corona pandemic, the government ensured availability of nutritious food to over 80 crore citizens. Reiterates 3 farm reform laws, shows India's commitment to strengthening global food security. The Supreme Court appoints former Supreme Court Judge Madan Lokur to act as the one-man monitoring committee to prevent stubble burning in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi. The top court is hearing petition filed by 2 young environmental activists against air pollution. The centre deputes high-level central teams to Kerala, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and West Bengal that have seen recent surge in cases. The central teams will assist states in strengthening containment testing and efficient clinical management of COVID-19 cases. Campaigning gathers pace in Bihar Assembly polls. BJP President JP Nadda holds a rally at Baka. RJD leader Tejaswi Yadav targets Chief Minister Nitish Kumar over development in the state. While BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad says Bihar's development is at the centre of our thoughts. BJP accuses LJP President Chirag Paswan of spreading falsehood and lies among voters. BJP demands Chief Minister's resignation in Kerala gold smuggling case. BJP leader V. Muralidharan says influential people are involved in this case. And Kidambi Shrikant to face Chinese Taipei's Tian Chen in the Denmark Open quarterfinals today. He stormed into the quarterfinals after defeating Canada's Jason Anthony in straight games yesterday. Hello, welcome you over the latest here on DD India and DD News. I'm Gautam Roy. First up, let's talk about what the Prime Minister has done today. Well, the PM released a commemorative coin worth 75 rupees and dedicated 17 bio-cultivated varieties of 8 recently developed crops to the nation on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the Food and Agriculture Organization, that's the FAO. Addressing the event, the PM said that the FAO has played an important role in crop production, eradicating hunger and increase of nutrition value not only in India but in the entire world. Prime Minister said that efforts are being made to get farmers 1.5 times of their actual price in MSP.
आज फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए भी एक महत्व का दिन है। आज इस महत्वपूर्ण संगठन के 75 वर्ष पूरे हुए हैं। इन वर्षों में भारत सहित पूरी दुनिया में FAO ने कृषि उत्पादन बढ़ाने, भूखमरी मिटाने और पोषण बढ़ाने में बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाई है।
The Prime Minister also said that Farm Reform Acts would safeguard the interest of farmers.
APMC कानून में जो संशोधन किया गया है, उनका लक्ष्य इन APMC को अधिक कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाने का है। किसानों को लागत का 1.5 गुना दाम MSP के रूप में मिले, इसके लिए भी अनेक कदम उठाए गए हैं। साथियों, एमएसपी और सरकारी खरीद देश की फूड सिक्योरिटी का अहम हिस्सा है।
The PM also said that farmers of India have broken the record of last year's production, while the entire world is struggling due to the coronavirus pandemic.
किसान किसी प्राइवेट एजेंसी या उद्योग से समझौता करेगा तो बुआई से पहले ही उपज की कीमत भी तय हो जाएगी। इसके लिए बीज, फर्टिलाइजर, मशीनरी सब कुछ समझौता करने वाली संस्था ही देगी। एक और महत्वपूर्ण बात, अगर किसान किसी कारण से समझौता तोड़ना चाहता है तो उसको कोई जुर्माना नहीं देना होगा, लेकिन अगर किसान से समझौता करने वाली संस्था समझौता तोड़ती है तो उसे जुर्माना भरना पड़ेगा। और हमें ये भी ध्यान रखना है कि समझौता सिर्फ उपज पर होगा।
Moving on, the Supreme Court has appointed Justice retired Madan B. Lokur, a former judge of the top court, to act as the one-man monitoring committee to prevent stubble burning in states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and Delhi. The top court was hearing the concerns over stubble burning, which is turning out to be a potent killer in times of COVID-19 pandemic. The petition has been filed by two young environmental activists. A class 12 student who, under his own initiative of Plant a Million Trees, has planted 150,000 trees in Delhi and the National Capital Region, and a third-year law student who is an active campaigner against single-use plastic.
के कारण जहां पूरी दुनिया संघर्ष कर रही है, वहीं भारत के किसानों ने इस बार पिछले साल के प्रोडक्शन के रिकॉर्ड को भी तोड़ दिया। क्या आप जानते हैं कि सरकार ने गेहूं, धान और दालें सभी प्रकार के खाद्यान्न की खरीद के अपने सारे पुराने रिकॉर्ड तोड़ दिए हैं। क्या आपको ये पता है कि पिछले साल के 6 महीने की इसी अवधि की तुलना में एसेंशियल एग्रीकल्चरल कमोडिटीज के एक्सपोर्ट में 40% से ज्यादा की बढ़ोतरी हुई है।
So India touching new milestones as far as food security is concerned. Now, the Central Pollution Control Board is monitoring the situation regarding pollution in Delhi NCR closely. Chairperson of the Central Pollution Control Board, Shivdas Meena, while interacting with the media in New Delhi, has said that 50 special teams have been deployed to cover hotspots in 5 months period.
टीम्स को 28 फरवरी तक का समय दिया है, तो ये अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी, फरवरी लगभग 5 महीने तक पूरा जाएंगे, हॉटस्पॉट्स को कवर करेंगे और देन एंड डेट समीर ऐप पे अपनी कंप्लेंट्स अपडेट करेंगे एंड एजेंसी के साथ में हम लगातार उसको कोऑर्डिनेट करेंगे। इस साल हमने और एक चीज़ की है कि जैसे पहले कंप्लेंट्स वगैरह पहले आती थी हमारी, तो वो कंप्लेंट्स पहले हम समीर ऐप पे डाल दी, लेकिन एजेंसीज अटेंड कर रही है या नहीं कर रही, तो उसको मोर और ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव करने के लिए अब हमने इस बार हम उसमें जो है एक एस्केलेशन प्रोविजन लाने वाले हैं कि अगर जैसे एक गिवन टाइम में कोई कंप्लेंट रिड्रेस नहीं होती तो वो हायर अप को एस्केलेट की जाए, तो ये सारे मेजर्स दिए गए हैं।
And CBCB chairman Shivdas Meena, in an exclusive interview with Doordarshan News, said that the agency is working hard to identify and take mitigating measures to reduce air pollution. According to the CBCB, in the last few years, the Delhi NCR has witnessed a decline in pollution levels, and that they have embarked upon multiple action plans to control pollution in the city. Listen in to this interview.
Today's briefing showcases that stubble burning is an issue, but not the major issue. There are localized issues that are there. So how much CPCB is working on that?
See, as we mentioned, there are 3 issues. We have identified 3 factors: meteorological factor, then the regional factors like stubble burning, and the local factors. So they contribute to the pollution in this thing. In case of Delhi, unfortunately, the location, geographical location is such that the soil condition, we have this alluvial soil, and in winter, with the combination of that reduced mixing height as well as the low wind velocity and low temperature, that dispersal of the pollutants becomes difficult, and that clubbed with some regional factors like stubble burning, it contributes to this problem. We are taking sustained effort. It is not something like that we work only in winter. Throughout the year we work, and for past 4-5 years we have been working very hard. As you may recall that once this AQI was launched by Honorable Prime Minister in 2015, after that sustained efforts have been taken, and as a result of that we find substantial reduction in the concentration of PM 2.5 and PM 5 year on year, and similarly the number of good, satisfactory and moderate days are going up, and in that proportionate the poor days are also coming down. So we are continuing our efforts, and these efforts are on all fronts. We are addressing the regional issues of stubble burning. Government has been working with the state governments to reduce that. Technology is also being developed to convert the biomass into compost, and also the efforts are on. The already Ministry of Petroleum is working on that to install bio-CNG plants, and also for in situ management of the stubble. So all those things are taking place. Similarly for the local factors like BS6 have been introduced, and for the local hotspots have been identified, and to manage the C&D waste we have come out with the guidelines. So on several fronts the steps are being taken, and I am sure that in the year on year this improving trend will continue.
Sir, also what about states? Have you spoken to the states, especially Punjab, an area where this issue will get stubble burning will become an issue later on, especially in Punjab?
It's a continuous process on regular basis. Even at our secretaries level, Secretary Environment as well as Secretary Agriculture, they are continuously in dialogue with the respective states. And very recently, our Honorable Minister of Environment, he had the meeting with the respective ministers of the states, including Punjab and other NCR states, to discuss this issue in detail. And all the states have promised to cooperate and work along with the centre to get over this problem.
That was the chairman CPC, Shivdas Meena, who was telling us that it is imperative that everybody comes forward and find a solution for this pollution issue in Delhi and as well as in NCR. With cameraman Sanju, this is Apush Bhattacharya, TD India, Delhi.
Now, as Bihar gears up for elections, ruling BJP-JDU focuses on developmental work the BJP is doing at the centre during its campaigning. BJP's chief JP Nadda addressed rallies in Banka and Hiswa in the state today. The BJP chief said that political culture of India has changed after Prime Minister Modi has taken over the reins at the centre, and politicians have had to show their report card to voters.
के पहले चुनाव के भाषण होते थे, इसने ऐसा किया, उसने ऐसा किया, ये फलाने जाति का था, समाज को ऐसे बांटा, समाज में इस तरीके से विभाजन हो रहा है। यानी राजनीति का मतलब था भाई को भाई से लड़ाओ, इलाके को इलाके से लड़ाओ, उत्तर को दक्षिण से लड़ाओ, पूर्व को पश्चिम से लड़ाओ, गांव में नदी के उस पार को इस पार से लड़ाओ, और हो सके तो समाज को विभाजित करके अपना काम निकालो और अपने वोट को साधने का प्रयास करो। लेकिन जब से नरेंद्र मोदी जी भारत की राजनीति के क्षितिज पर आए हैं, तब से राजनीति की संस्कृति बदल गई। अब राजनीति में जो भी राजनेता आता है वो इधर उधर की बात नहीं कर सकता है, उसको बताना पड़ता है कि उसने पिछले 5 साल में क्या काम किया है, अपना रिपोर्ट कार्ड लेकर के आता है और अपने रिपोर्ट कार्ड को रखने की ताकत है।
Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad also held a press conference on behalf of the NDA in Patna today, targeting the opposition parties. He said that there is talk of development in Bihar under Nitish Kumar's leadership. Electricity and water are available in all villages. Optical fibers are reaching every village in the state as well.
हमारी सोच के केंद्र में है बिहार का विकास। काफी काम किया है, आगे और तेजी से करेंगे। उधर क्या स्थिति है कि अपनी विरासत के तस्वीर को लगाने में भी शर्मा रहे हैं। कारण स्पष्ट है कि विरासत की याद दिलाएंगे तो खौफ की याद आएगी, अपहरण की याद आएगी, लूट की याद आएगी और भ्रष्टाचार की याद आएगी। आरजेडी का जन्म कैसे हुआ था? आरजेडी का जन्म ही नेता को भ्रष्टाचार से बचाने के लिए हुआ था।
JDU leader and Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has also addressed rallies in Imamganj in Gaya and Obra in Aurangabad. On the other hand, intensifying his attack against Nitish Kumar, RJD Chief Tejashwi Yadav said that Bihar Chief Minister is tired and cannot handle the state. His party also launched the RJD's campaign, "हम तो लेके रहेंगे अपना अधिकार." Union Information and Broadcasting Minister and Senior BJP leader Prakash Javadekar has accused the LJP and its president Chirag Paswan of spreading falsehoods among voters. Prakash Javadekar said that the LJP has already walked out of the NDA in Bihar and is now just a vote-cutter party. He expressed hope that the NDA will win the elections.
बिहार में अपना अलग रास्ता चुना है और वो हमसे अलग होकर चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेताओं का नाम लेकर वो भ्रम फैलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये झूठ बयानबाजी सफल नहीं होगी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी की कोई बी, सी, डी कोई टीम नहीं है। हमारी एक ही मजबूत टीम है, बीजेपी, जेडीयू, हम और वीआईपी, 4 पार्टियों का हमारा गठबंधन एनडीए मजबूती से चुनाव लड़ रहा है। 3/4 बहुमत से विजयी होगा और हम कांग्रेस, आरजेडी और माले इस अपवित्र गठबंधन का उनको हराएंगे।
And BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra also attacked the LJP and said that the party is not part of the NDA in Bihar. He termed the LJP as a vote-cutter party as well in the assembly elections. He expressed hope that the NDA will win with a 3/4 majority in the state assembly.
लड़ाई पवित्रता और अपवित्रता के बीच में है, क्योंकि माले का गठबंधन जहां हो, उग्रवाद का गठबंधन कभी पवित्र नहीं हो सकता, भ्रष्टाचार का गठबंधन कभी पवित्र नहीं हो सकता है। बिहार में लोकतंत्र, विकास और स्थिरता के लिए ये चुनाव लड़ा जा रहा है। बिहार में लोकतंत्र उसके लिए चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, वहीं एलजेपी, लोजपा अपने अस्तित्व के लिए चुनाव लड़ रही है। दे आर फाइटिंग फॉर देयर ओन अस्तित्व, फॉर देयर ओन वेलबींग। अपना अस्तित्व बचाने के लिए जिस प्रकार एलजेपी या लोजपा झूठ का सहारा लेकर नाना प्रकार के इंटरव्यू भिन्न भिन्न टेलीविजन चैनल में दे रहा है, यह दिया जा रहा है लोजपा पार्टी की तरफ से, यह अपने आप में बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। हम इसकी निंदा करते हैं।
And the BJP has also demanded that Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan should resign, owing moral responsibility in the Kerala gold smuggling case. Addressing a press conference, Minister of State for External Affairs and senior BJP leader from Kerala, V. Muralidharan, said that influential people are involved in this case.
की तरफ से अभी मैंने जो कहा कि 4 एजेंसी इसके अलग अलग पहलुओं पर अभी जांच कर रहे हैं, जैसे कस्टम्स है, ईडी है, सीबीआई है और एनआईए है, और इन हर एजेंसी उनके जो दायरे में जो विषय है उस पर जांच कर रहे हैं। तो ये सारे जांच आगे बढ़ रहा है और उसमें चार्जशीट, जैसे ईडी का चार्जशीट कोर्ट में दाखिल हो गया है और कस्टम्स का जो शोकॉस नोटिस का तैयारी में।
Now, the 36th Raising Day of the National Security Guard, that's the NSG, is being celebrated today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted NSG Black Cats personnel and their families on the NSG's Raising Day. The PM in a tweet said, and I quote, "On their Raising Day, greetings to NSG Black Cats personnel and their families. NSG plays a crucial role in India's security apparatus. It has been associated with utmost courage and professionalism. India is proud of NSG's efforts to keep India safe and secure." Home Minister Amit Shah also extended his greetings to the National Security Guard on its 36th Raising Day. Amit Shah in a tweet said that greetings to NSG Black Cats on their 36th Raising Day. The unparalleled capabilities of NSG to handle all odds makes them a distinguished force in the world. They have always protected the nation with their bravery, courage and dedication. India is proud of our elite force. And Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also extended his greetings to the National Security Guard on its Raising Day. Rajnath Singh in a tweet said that greetings to all NSG Black Cats personnel and their families on their Raising Day. The NSG is a premier anti-terrorism force which has been keeping India safe for more than 3 decades. The courage and professionalism of the NSG is well recognized and deeply admired by this nation. Now, the 36th Raising Day celebration of the National Security Guard was held at Manesar near Delhi today. Minister of State for Home Affairs G. Krishan Reddy attended the event and felicitated the commandos. Addressing the event, the minister hailed the NSG commandos for their courage and professionalism. He said the country is proud of their heroic efforts to keep India safe and secure. He said India believes in Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the world is one family, but can also take decisive action against its enemies.
अनादिकाल से वसुधैव कुटुंबम के सिद्धांत में विश्वास रखते हैं, जिसका अर्थ है पूरा विश्व एक ही परिवार है। लेकिन अगर कोई भारत को नुकसान पहुंचाना चाहता तो हम निर्णायक रूप से उचित कार्रवाई करने में भी सक्षम है। एनएसजी जैसे टास्क ओरिएंटेड फोर्स, कमिटेड, वेल डिसिप्लिन संस्था इस स्थिति से निपटने के लिए क्षमता रखती है। एनएसजी केवल एक संगठन नहीं है बल्कि देशभक्तों की एक टीम है।
Director General of National Security Guard S.S. Deswal said that the NSG is a world-class counter-terror force which is used in exceptional circumstances, while the force is now equipped with advanced technology.
30 वर्ष के इतिहास में 116 ऑपरेशंस को अंजाम दिया गया, जिसमें इस बल ने 60 कट्टर आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया है। एनएसजी ने अपनी मोबिलिटी, ट्रेनिंग, वेपनरी एवं इक्विपमेंट में कई गुना वृद्धि की है। हम टेक्नोलॉजी और स्पेशलाइजेशन को अपनाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं। एनएसजी आज आधुनिक हथियारों एवं उपकरणों से सुसज्जित एक विश्व क्षत्रिय काउंटर टेरर फोर्स बन चुकी है।
Now, the Asan Conservation Reserve in Dehradun has become Uttarakhand's first Ramsar site, making it a wetland of international importance. It's located on the banks of the Yamuna River near Garhwal region of the Himalayan state. With this, the number of Ramsar sites in India has gone up to 38, which is the highest in South Asia. In a tweet, Union Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar wrote that India now has the highest number of Ramsar sites in South Asia with 38 sites. Sharing the news, he wrote, Ramsar Convention has declared Asan Conservation Reserve in Uttarakhand as a site of international importance. The minister further added that wetlands are among the most productive ecosystems in the world. Now, the Ramsar Convention was signed in 1971 and is considered as one of the oldest intergovernmental accord for preserving of wetlands. While it aims to develop a global network of wetlands for conservation of biological biodiversity. Sundarbans, Chilika Lake, Sambar Lake and Loktak Lake are among the other important wetlands under Ramsar Convention. The newly added Asan Conservation Reserve is home to many rare and endangered species like the ruddy shelduck, red-crested pochard, among others. Many endangered birds are found here and some even migrate to the reserve, making it an ecologically important site. And that's all we have for the moment in this edition of the news here on DD India and DD News. And before we go, let me just get you the message that we've been trying to get across to all our viewers throughout this month, which is it's pretty simple. Just mask up to keep yourself safe and stay secure.